Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has pledged to never again cry over the death of victims of Herdsmen killings in the state. The governor has been seen shedding tears on a number of occasions over the gruesome murder of his people by the suspected Fulani Herdsmen. He has now vowed to take drastic actions against the wanton destruction of his people. The governor made this statement while reflecting on the June 12th nationwide protest against bad governance and security challenges that bedeviled the nation. He lamented the incessant attacks on his people by the suspected killer herdsmen who have besieged the state, launching scathing attacks on innocent citizens. Recently, Ortom has accused President Muhammadu Buhari for holding him responsible for not taking decisive actions to quell the recurrent lunge on his people. I think we will have to take responsibilities by ourselves. We have to protect our territory and save our posterity. He, however, promised to strengthen the existing security architecture, equipping the vigilante group, liaise with other security agencies to fight criminals and end criminality in the state. Of course, a lot of people have accused Ortom of not doing the right thing. He has some things that he's not doing well, and some people are like, oh yes, this man has tried, this man has been able to stand by his people. One thing is that the other day the president said, oh, Ortom has been accusing him that he's a Fulani man. That yes, he's not going to deny the fact that himself is a Fulani man, but all of them, they won election, this and this and that. And you know, people have been talking about the security votes being given to the governors. What have they been doing about it? One thing is to be giving security votes. Another thing is for you to be able to have an opportunity to say, oh, to have control on the security. And people will always come from the angle of people who are agitating for state policing, that say, oh, if they give this governors state policing, they are going to mismanage it, they are going to abuse it. If you already know the problems, then this is another thing. That's a good thing for you to be able to know how to solve it, to be able to make sure that they are not going to be misusing it. You can't tell us that we are operating a federating unit, and meanwhile in reality that is not the way it is. Oh, Buhari has come out to exonerate himself. Oh, yeah, they should go and take care of themselves, which we know invariably. But when it comes to IPOB, he will not delegate the power to the state governors in that region. He will not do that. He so much have that hatred. The hatred is there. You can't say it. You can't tell us otherwise. You can't tell us otherwise. How can you support, or how can you just reason a situation whereby people were kidnapped? The Greenfield School University students were kidnapped for close to how many months? Government did not do anything, not until when the parents of those children paid almost 100 and something million naira, and the day they were released, the police and whatever, they wanted to take the glory. You can imagine. Meaning that they have not been doing anything. They have not been doing anything. That is a clear case. They have not been doing anything, and they will come out and be making mouth here and there. But Buhari cannot give order, but he can give. He said we are going to, and he said within some weeks now you are going to see the difference. And that is the problem he has with Twitter. And because he has a personal problem with Twitter, he now transfer the aggression to all Nigerians, because they have been looking for ways to make sure that they gag the social media. If you know that, and when you talk about corruption, they talk about corruption, that corruption, it cannot be fought, it cannot be do this and that. Oh, he was telling us the other day that you know what, that it's very difficult to fight corruption, because during the time he was a military man, they can just arrest you anyhow. But for somebody who said he's a change, a Democrat, he's a repentant, whatever, he's not a Democrat, at the end of the day, you don't even know how to go about it. So it has to be forced, meaning he does not have what it takes to be able to do things in a democratic way. And that is why we are seeing a lot of force. They want to impose their own. A lot of people have been calling Malami law, a lot of things that he wants to impose. But people say it's not going to be done. So when it comes to, oh, we are going to do this to IPOB, we are going to do this and that, he will not delegate all those assignments to their governors in those states, in that region. But when it comes to Fulani Herdsmen, we say let the governor, let them go and do the needful. Let them go and do the needful. So that is the hypocrisy we are talking about here. Even in as much we are going to be blaming the governors, they have their own fault as well. But we are not going to take the fact that the police, the army, all of those, whatever, they are under the president, and the president has the right to tell them. You can't be telling a commissioner of police to go and do this. He will tell you, you have to talk to IG. Or is it the this is it the governor that will not invite the army? Of course, if they want to do their nonsense, they know how to go about it and be saying, hey, I invite the army. Just like Uzodima was boasting, I invited the army. I invited them to come and do what? But when it comes to defending the people, they become handicapped. You see? So the needful should be done. Now Buhari has even given you opportunities to say, go and defend yourself. Let us see what is going to go, what you are going to do about it, and let us see how they are going to come after you. He has given you that open check. Go and do the needful. Then that is why he's not saying, oh, yes, I'm not going to be crying again. I'm not going to be lamenting. I'm not going to be complaining. I have to do the needful. Mr. Governor, do the needful. Don't be afraid. The man has given you the opportunity to do what you need to do, because on paper, you are the chief security officer of the state, and that's why you are being given security votes. So whatever you are going to do to protect your people, you just have to do it. So, but they will tell you, oh, in reality they are not. I think one of the governors came out and said, oh, he's no longer the chief security officer of a state, if in as much he cannot have a hold on the security apparatus, the security agents, then of what use is his own security, being the security officer of the state? So, Mr. Governor, do the needful. Do the needful. Yeah, you are in order, sir. Carry on. Some people are abusing him, blaming him. God will help you in fighting Fulani criminals and their godfathers. Amen. Likewise, other states outcries on the menace of bandits in guises of a Magban Herdsmen were unabated, unprosecuted, unsanctioned with capital punishment. Yes, I support you, Mr. Governor. These are reactions of people, if you may know. Okay, that is my mind. Or you are slow, sir. Okay, someone say maybe this is what you ought to have done, but you are slow in your dealings all this while. This is the only thing I like my governor for. Thanks, sir, and job well done. God bless Benue State and God bless Nigeria. Deal with them with no mercy. Are they mad? Show them pepper. As the chief security officer of your state, the utmost priority is to secure lives and property. Record PMB gave you the go ahead so to do so. I think let's go ahead with that. The Almighty Jehovah will give you victory. Ortom, you talk too much, cry too much. Face the war. Train every indigent and children on self-defense. Make a curriculum from primary to university. Provide basic equipment for self-defense and safety, and stop crying on social media. So guys, let's hear your opinion on these things.